Hello, hi, and welcome to the astrology video for what's about in October 2017. So we have just passed the equinox, which happens around the 21st, 22nd of September every year, and then there's another equinox moment which happens around 21st of March each year, and these are the times when the day and night is of equal length, or the light and the dark hours are sort of equal length, really, and the sun sets in the most westerly position, and it rises in the east position as well from where you are. I'll just explain this. So if we spend some time during the year with the Earth at this angle, then this is the winter actually in the northern hemisphere, because we're pointing away from the sun. The southern hemisphere is pointing towards the Earth. The sun is pointing towards the southern hemisphere, so therefore it's summer down in Australia and it's winter for us up here. But the Earth and the sun sort of move against each other, and when we get to this point where the sun is changing its direction to the Earth, or the Earth is changing its direction to the sun, so it moves over this line here, the equator. So the sun now is going to be shining mostly on the northern hemisphere, so that's summer. Well, then when the Earth appears to do this, and this band here, the equator, is sort of closest to the sun, then that's passing over the equinoctial point, that's the equinox. So the sun is now sort of going to head in this direction, if that makes any sense. Okay, so the sun has passed over the equinox, and for those who don't know, the month after the sun goes over the equinox is always quite a disturbing time in the atmosphere. For a reason that science doesn't understand at all. We get increased geomagnetic storms and ionized particles in our atmosphere at this time. So geo means Earth, so it's Earth-centered magnetic storms, so lots of energy coming down magnetic field lines into the Earth's atmosphere. Ionized means full of energy, so we get lots of these geomagnetic ionized storms happening at this time of the year. And so auroras are very bright and very obvious at this time of the year, and also the effect on our own nervous system is quite profound, because in some small way we do get this energy as it filters down through the different layers of the atmosphere and eventually comes to Earth, and our nervous systems do feel it, so it's quite a lively time. Okay, so astrology doesn't know the science behind why this happens either, this increased dynamic planetary activity, but astrology does describe it. We have two zodiac signs which come after the two equinoxes. So Libra comes after the equinox in spring, and so Aries comes after the equinox in spring, and Libra comes after the equinox in autumn. Now, both of these signs can be quite feisty and quite battling, quite determined to get their own way. Now, Libra will protest this and say not, but Libra's fight to get those scales balanced will become an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth fight if necessary. Aries and Libra are opposite on the axis. They are opposite signs to each other on the zodiac wheel, and the seed of one is in the other. So at the heart of Libra is Aries, and at the heart of Aries is Libra. Both are on an axis which is concerned with me versus the significant other, and this can include seemingly simple things like who is taking turns to wash up the dishes at home. Is it always me that washes the dishes, or you that washes the dishes, or do they wash the dishes occasionally? And it can also be a time when you get into the bigger issues as well. So you can ask questions like, well, do I actually want to be in this relationship? Do I want to be in any relationship? Or do I just want to be single? These are the times of the year, really, when we sort of like look at these questions in March and in September, October. So we have an opportunity this month to examine our feelings about being used or being put upon And this comes early in October, this opportunity, because at this point we get the full moon in Aries on the 5th of October. Now this always raises the temperature on relating, and I suspect that there will be a few fights around then, around the 5th of October. Maybe just before the 3rd and the 4th. The new moons and full moons always stronger the day before. Then as October goes by, we delve even deeper into the relating realms, really. So that's romantic relationships, social relationships, cultural relationships, political relationships, family relationships. All these things are included. So it should be quite a month, really. Political relationships will of course mean the tensions and the threats around the Pacific Rim, and also the tensions around Brexit, the Brexit negotiations in Europe. Cultural relationships, well, this is an opportunity to understand those of different culture, to understand those with differing ideologies or different spiritual beliefs. Multicultural things are always fascinating and fun. It's lovely to look into somebody else's world and see all the things that they experience, that you can experience too. So it's a great opportunity. There is also the opportunity to fix relationships, which comes alongside the possibility of them breaking up. What the planets give, the planets can take away also. So what this time is about, it's about relating. If it's about fixing relationship, starting relationship, ending relationship, repairing relationship, it depends really where you are on the relationship wheel as to what opportunity you can take out of this. You know, if you're in a jaded relationship and you've been thinking about it ending anyway, then here's, you know, this is the time that it'll come up. If you're single and you want to be in a relationship, then this is a good time to start getting online and looking at the dating sites. So on the 10th of October, the Sun enters the Uranus, Eris, Pluto, Haumea T-square, which adds more activity to the atmosphere, as if we needed it, because we already have this highly volatile, interactive, dynamic atmosphere. Also on the 10th of October, Jupiter moves into Scorpio. This signals a whole new awareness, really. Jupiter describes collectively how we explore, how we expand into something, how we cope with expansion, how much we want to grow into something with confidence. Jupiter's move into Scorpio, therefore, means that we expand into, or we want to explore the things that Scorpio represents. So sexual matters, intense emotional bonding, perhaps some things that, you know, would really rather be left in the underworld, but, you know, Jupiter's going to go in there and say these things will come up. Jupiter will be in Scorpio for a year, so there'll be time enough to get used to the effects. And I'll be talking more of this as the year goes on in the future, on my Facebook page especially. If you're not on that, then get on that. So what else have we got here? Yes, the new moon in Libra. The new moon in Libra, so that's the sun and the moon together, is on the 19th of October. And then, if you don't believe that Libra is a battling sign, just have a look around and see what's happening, and see what's happening with your mates and everything just before then, so 17th, 18th, and then you'll really get a sense of what Libra is all about, and how people, once they're in a Libra type energy, will want to have things their way, to make things fairer as they see it for themselves. Libra isn't all this sweet, fluffy energy that people think, or astrology would have us believe. Okay, so what can we do to make the best of this month? Well, it is a feisty month. It is a feisty month. There's no getting around that. It really is. There's a lot of dynamic energy. So if you didn't want anything to happen to you, I guess you could stay at home and you could stay off Facebook and you could avoid it all. But would you want to? Because if you get yourself busy and you direct the energy into productivity, so you're kind of creating and producing and working and buzzing and creating great opportunity and growth for yourself, well, hey, this is the best way to go, isn't it? I mean, what I wouldn't want to do with this month is go halfway, sort of be stuck in your own stuff, don't want to create anything dynamically, don't want to go anywhere, just kind of go halfway, because what you'll do then is you'll get knocked over by all the people who are getting on with it, creating and moving and shaking and testing and experiencing and chancing. I mean, really, you know, it is a month to get going. There is a lot. I mean, there will be times during this month when we're all thinking, crikey, this is going a hell of a speed. Yes, it will be. We're in a very dynamic energy, to be honest with you. Libra is a very dynamic energy. So, but it's dynamic in a good way. And it's in an energy that we can all access, and so it can be a great thing. So get on with it. There we go. And don't forget, please have a reading with me. I love to talk to you. I love to have readings. I love to help you out with all this stuff so you can get the absolute best from it, so that you can work with the cosmos instead of working against it, so that your relationships can go much better. All this stuff, it's so great to have readings, isn't it? So remember where I am, and book some time and let's do it, hey? And I'll talk to you next month, hopefully. Okay, then bye.